Hello and welcome back to yet another Knights of the Old Republic playthrough episode. Finally, we can get off of this damn planet and proceed elsewhere. Somewhere else. Anywhere else would be great. But right now, we just have to run back out of this place and trigger a few things. Now, since we have basically instigated a Wookiee uprising, the Zerka Corporation up on the top is going to be no more. And that poses a problem for that one quest that I could just not finish because both those guys are probably dead. Not to worry, I didn't really need that anymore. And I think maybe somebody approaches me as I'm walking along this hallway, which is just another side quest. Well, a little thing to sweeten the pot, so to speak. Anyway, the plan today is I don't think there's going to be a lot of combat. It's going to be a lot of story. So if you really are invested into the story of Knights of the Old Republic by this point, and let's be honest, how could you not be, then you're going to have a great time with this really ridiculously long episode.
Yikukuno no ba mulira chikun. Tonghik kun chonching. Tolpa da bongwale gandu nangu. Runda di hotonga kun achuta.
How spooky and ominous. He is talking about somebody on Manaan, which I'll probably go to soon. Maybe in this episode, perhaps. It's called Gino Haradin. I don't know. It's a secret underground organization that kills and murders people. But don't let that spoil you. It's clearly not a light side thing. So unfortunately for everyone involved, I probably won't be doing it. Even though it does look pretty enticing. That's the bad thing about having light side, dark side points. You just don't do things sometimes you want to do. That's what's so good about Oblivion and Skyrim. Because you could just do whatever you want. And there's no such thing as light side, dark side points. Everything is just like that. I gotta make sure I'm going into the right spot. Clearly this three-pronged exit is a massive maze. And of course I took the wrong fork. That was going to take me back down to the shadow, the hinterlands, so to speak. I think I already looted these. Oh, no, maybe not. These are the Zerka guards that were murdering that Wookiee earlier. Oh, I didn't even need that Zalbar to open that Zerka cache. Could have just used that card. But I didn't loot. Woe is me. Alright, prepare for a fight because this is going to get ugly up here. Wookiees are going to be everywhere. Here we go. The uprising. The bourgeoisie is against the nobles. Zerka guards are super easy. There's nothing tantalizing about them at all. Alright, nailed it. More fighting. More bowcasters. Everyone's dying. Makes you wonder just how many Zerka employees were on this place, because it seems like there's like 10, plus maybe the poachers that were on the bottom. But it seems like there's way more Wookiees. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, so those two guys are gone. They're dead, probably. Nowhere to be found. They only have one landing platform, so, and my ship is occupying it. They can't do anything about it. Alright. We shall board the Ebon Hawk. Actually, there is one thing I want to trigger still. Sorry about this. It should have happened on the way up, but I think because we were in combat, there was no trigger for it, so we gotta run all the way back down to the Zerka Corporation area. But we'll use night speed to mitigate the amount of time it takes to do that. Thank goodness we have this force power. Although this does mess up the pathing of a lot of your companions. So if you use night speed too often and you run around in this maze-like area, which there's like a dungeon on Manaan that's just so stupid. Everyone gets stuck all the time. Okay, head back up here. Somebody should talk to me. There we go.
How can I help? Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission. And there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you? I said we were brought together for our mission, to stop Malak. I hardly think the Force would be pushing us toward a romantic involvement when the fate of the galaxy is at stake. Please try to stay focused. I doubt the Council would approve if they knew we were busy discussing our mutual attraction when we should be saving the galaxy from Malak. Mutual attraction? I never said... It's just an expression. Whatever our feelings... whatever your feelings, you have to try to ignore them. Don't let this complicate things. Finding the missing pieces of the star maps is our only hope of locating the Star Forge and defeating Malak. The Council explained all this quite clearly. I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities. I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available. You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when it's appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient. Must you be so frustrating? I admit I had a moment of foolish pride, but I'm over it. Now I am focused on my true responsibilities. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn. Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time? You are a very odd man. Do you know that? I simply don't know how to deal with you. All I want to do is help you, but you seem determined to drive me mad. I don't know if I should be outraged that you keep joking about serious matters, or if I should be grateful that you can always lighten the mood. Come on, come. Let's move on. There's much to be done.
Oh, Bastila, you put a spring in my step and a bounce in my britches. That was actually a really long conversation. But she's kind of a chattermouth, if you hadn't noticed. I guess I'm kind of into that, though.
Yes?
Alright, level up time, Juhani. Who has been surprisingly quiet this whole time. We talked to her once and said, "Hey, why did you want to become a Jedi?" She said, "'Cause it was inspiring." And we said, "Alright, welcome to the party." Double 2-weapon fighting. I want to max that just for the sake of hitting more often. Because if you don't hit, you don't do damage. Doesn't matter how much bonus damage you do if you don't hit. How wise of words. Soldiers get more feats than normal. She just so happens to be a soldier. Or a Jedi Guardian equivalent of a soldier. Okay, now. Before I leave this planet, I like to put a cap on the...
Yeah, what do you want?
I guess
Hey,
we could
don't
try for a
worry.
simulant.
I think you've got enough there as it is. A real warrior knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself. There anything else you need? Your choice.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Sorry, before I got rudely interrupted by Karth, what I was trying to say is, not Karth, Canderous. Everything is moving so fast. My goodness. Okay. Before we leave the planet, I like to put a cap on what we did there by talking to either Karth or Bastila, since they appear to be the main characters of the story, besides myself,
Yes,
of course.
what's on your mind?
So here's Karth.
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important, it's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league. Because this is more important. This may really finally make a difference. I suppose even if I can't figure out everything that's going on, I still want to help if I can. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I? No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology? Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
And we do know that Karth is just a festering pile of issues, but he's really easy to ignore because you can do 3 planets without taking him in your party at all, which is basically what I did. And you just sort of forget he's there, even though you and him are the first people that, you know, were party members together. He should be your bud, your mate. I want to make sure Mission doesn't have anything more to say to me. Yep, she doesn't. She gets stuck in this loop if you're waiting for her side quest to happen. I kind of want to do her side quest, but if for some reason I just forget about it or it doesn't happen, it's not that big of a deal. Mission's just, you know, extra baggage anyway. I like taking her with me in Terrace because that's where she's from, and she provides extra commentary that's super awesome there. Okay, so we'll go to Yavin first, because it's always worth it to visit Yavin after planets, simply because the stock may be new, and there may be more things to acquire from the store that one weird guy has. More ship flying stuff.
Kalonord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive if possible.
As you command, Master.
Sheesh, what a badass. I actually kind of don't like when somebody, you know, a story introduces a character who just has no motivation other than to be evil, or to be a badass, or to be just, you know, it's shallow. They did that in Sword Art Online, you know, like the second part of the first season. Or was that the second season? No, it was the second part of the first season. Yeah, you just, you know, there's some character who just is just utterly despicable. There's nothing complicated about him at all. And so he always makes those top 10 lists of worst characters, worst villains, just because of that. Anyway, that's what Darth Bandon reminds me of. He just flies into the room and he kills some people, and everyone's like, "Hey, you could probably take down Lane Lanizin because look how bad you are." That's lame, man. Come on, give me a better character than that.
Yun patisa. Kava yun patisa. Chiwak ya. Tong hit mama at itsuko tune. Potong hit mama ki mulira kun ki. Ki mulira kun ki.
So that guy's in kind of a bit of a pickle right now. But we won't deal with that yet. We'll deal with that later. Question is, do you have anything to buy? And I have stuff to sell you because my credit score is woefully low right now, but I have plenty of armors that I can provide. Mandalorian battle armor. I think I got that from Kashyyyk. There's vibroblades. There's Bacchus Ceremonial Blade, which is ostensibly the greatest melee weapon in the game. Not counting lightsabers, of course, of which I have many and will soon have none because I don't need lightsabers. Who the heck do they think I am? Some lightsaber wielding guy? Blasters. Blast them. Wow, a lot of those. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to check the Stataruskis on these bad boys, make sure I'm not selling something valuable. It's not every day. Usually, in previous iterations of my playthroughs of this game, you just sell all the blasters. You just don't ever use a character who has a blaster. You just say, equip them with the basic one at the beginning of the game and never change it. But now, gotta pay attention, gotta make sure that you have the highest quality equipment available to you at once. Excuse me. Ugh. Eventually, this guy will sell me a really nice blaster, and I want to make sure I have enough money, M-U-N-N-E-Y, to take it. Dala. Is that what it's called in Killer Bunnies? Dala? Carrots? I don't know, everyone has these clever names for money that really just go whoosh right over my head most of the time. Everyone loves that young inventory management, don't they? That's why we like to watch speedrunners, because they do it really quickly and you don't even notice. I used to know somebody that hated any game where you had to manage inventories of your party. Kind of like this one. Oh, that's a pretty good implant. Just because he didn't want to deal with that. He just wanted to have, them managed automatically, or just equip the gun or not equip the gun. Why do you have to pay attention to optimizing your party? I do not think that's true. Give me the customization. Give me all of it. That might be the only thing I'd buy. There's a couple armors here, but, honestly, I'm not wearing armor. I got my Jedi Master robe. Probably be using Juhani and other Jedis. They won't be wearing armor. I already have the hair trigger. Although that white exoskeleton is superb looking. You could wear that to a ball and a dance. Everyone would love you. So yeah, I guess it was worth it to come here. We get to level up some of our auxiliary characters. Like Mission. And I have no idea what feat to give her. Not dueling, I can tell you that. Not Gearhead. God, she has lots of levels of sneak attack. Okay. Too bad I can't level that up by myself. I think it just comes as you progress in levels of Scoundrel. You just get more and more sneak attack, which is superb. Okay. Wow, Mission had 3 level ups. That's pretty good. Okay, Karth, let us do you now. So feats-wise, you already have max power attack, so I will either work on your implants or your toughness or your conditioning. Yep, let's do that. Okay, attributes, dexterity for the bonus hit percentage. Fiats, do the same thing I just did. Next level, implant, baby. Oh, Karth did 3 levels up too, and since he's a soldier, he gets so many feats. So we'll pop him with implant 3, and we'll inject him with one of those that we just bought, because level 3 implants are super valuable. And I guess we'll give him some hilariously ridiculous visor. So every time he talks, you can't see his eyes. There we go. One of these should do it. Sure, let's do that one. Wait, I can't equip any of these. Yeah. Alright. Armor-wise, we're good. Let's go. Let's skedaddle. Mission doesn't have the capability, and she's already wearing armor. Everything is going my way. Oh, we give her Chundar's bowcaster. Although this totally doesn't matter. I'm addicted to managing inventories. I'm telling you. It's fun. There should be a game where you only manage inventories. That's it. You don't do anything else. You don't play it. You just make sure that everyone is equipped properly. Who am I kidding? That game's called Valkyrie Profile. Alright. Now we can leave Yavin for one and for all. Don't worry, we'll come back here again. The third time you come back is the best time to come back. Because that's when we have the greatest amount of stuffs to acquire. Okay, so I think the next place I'm going to do is try and trigger a side quest. And we'll do that by heading onto Dantooine. Because, you know, that's a pretty neutral planet. Won't be any new stuff there. There's plenty of old stuff there, though. So, yeah, let's go to Dantooine. I've always liked the aesthetic of ships taking off. I'm thinking about doing like a couple of retro game playthroughs, because no one really wants to play retro games. They like to see them played, though, because they're not really all the time designed that accessibly. Sometimes you have to set up a lot to even just play the game. And if I do all the work and then create a video of it, then perhaps people will watch it. And these are all things that, you know, you always want to be thinking about if you want to make videos. Who will watch it? Boom! Nailed it, side quest. Begin.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother. Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon wanakumbes chi pala mulak tonki
My mother's condition?
ti umpa do punta krita ak ti kondo una.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi ti chok twis yun kun watu yama kama wona
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
chika don mulaka wata yuma.
Thank you for informing me. I really must be going now. It seems my mother's been looking for me. Strange. Should we get the opportunity, could we look for her on Tatooine? It's important enough that my mother was attempting to seek me out. Perhaps it has something to do with my father. Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really sick, well, we shall see.
Okay, so now we have Bastila's main side quest that I want to do, but I really am not feeling like going to Tatooine again. We just got off of a crappy planet. I don't really want to go to another craptastical planet. Let me make sure that I can't spawn mission side quest right now. Somebody should be coming out. Yeah, we can't. I'm not gonna try that hard. I don't actually know if the missions person will come out on Dantooine, because I almost never do hers, and I'm just kind of curious what the result of it is, because I don't remember. That's the great thing about playing games that you haven't played for a while. You just don't remember them all that well, but you kind of do. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think this game is always worth a playthrough, if not every year, then every 2 years. Another game like that is Halo. Always nice to play through Halo. Get that young speedrunning practice in. I love speedrunning that game. I'm terrible at it, but dear goodness. Anyway, let's head to Manaan. Now, I love Manaan, but a lot of people hate Manaan. I like the music on Manaan the most. It is the bomb. All right. I'm going to see a little bit of a vision now.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans. The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Okay, so we got a whole planet covered in water, like the clone planet from Attack of the Clones. That's cool, and the star map looked like it was at the very bottom. So we are going to go on quite an adventure on this bad boy place. Let's take Jolie with us, because he's an old man. He should provide some nice backdrop to this place. I think everyone's equipped properly. I want to make sure that I didn't forget to add crystals to Jolie's lightsaber, because I always forget to do this. Like, I had that Crate Dragon Pearl that I just forgot that I had the entire time. Pretty good crystal. I gotta confess, I don't know what they do by name. They correspond to, you know, attack damage or ion damage boosts, or whatever the hell. Optha. Alright, I guess it really doesn't matter that much. As long as I have 2 crystals equipped on Jolie's lightsaber, it will be assembled correctly. I don't really care what color it is. You also gotta do the same for Juhani's. Yep. And this is Juhani's offhand one. Although I could probably give her a more damaging lightsaber, because I don't need the offhand one. All it does is increase your chance to hit, because it's balanced. But short lightsabers certainly do less damage than normal. Now I only have 2 customizable armors, but I already have their stuff done on Terrace mostly. Oh, I think Karth is wearing that. Or maybe I don't know who's wearing that. Kalanord battle armor. I don't remember. I could mess with Chundar's bowcaster. Oh yeah, you can modify this blade. No one's even gonna use that, so we'll just add all the modifications to it. We'll make it a super awesome weapon, and then just not deal. We'll just not deal at all. Alright, now we can proceed with this planet. And just listen to the music. It's so utterly dreamy and fantastic and watery. It's very watery music. It reminds me of the Water Temple from Zelda. Wonderful. Oh yeah, I guess I will give I think I have a slightly better robe chance for Mr. Bindo. And strength gauntlets, probably fine. Cool. Awesome. Looking snazzy, mister.
Sure.
And outside.
Public people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude. No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with? Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manaan, pushing us for public citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere. Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith. and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether. You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require? Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
And that provides a pretty good startup to this planet. So Manaan is neutral. You have both Republic and Sith soldiers snarking about at each other on this place. And then you have the Selkath, who are the neutral party, and they are the weird fish-looking shark people. Their voice is extremely soothing, especially when compared to the Wookiees on Kashyyyk. Oh, I guess we can talk to Jolie here. Let's just do that.
On your mind, dude? You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgot what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Ulleran mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing? I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha. No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was. No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring. Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Yeah. Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. Or those could have just been gurgling noises. No, well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing. Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you? What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Jolie, we already know you know more than you let on. Just please, save us the pleasantries. So that person will pick up Gizkas, and remember the Gizkas we picked up on Tatooine. But I really didn't want to deal with them on my ship, so I just killed all of them. And the result was the same. They're gone. Everyone's happy. That's what I like to see. Otherwise, we would have had to wait this whole time before we got to Manaan before we could get rid of him. And I guess I could have like landed on Manaan and then taken back off, but that would have been the biggest sequence break. Alright, yeah, that guy just plays Pazik. And I am not a gambler. I don't believe in gambling. Pazik is basically just 21. You know, poker. First one to 21 wins. You have these weird plus cards and stuff like that that you can modify your total with. Gotta pay the docking fee to get through that door. Alright. Welcome to the Selkath City. This place is kind of big. It reminds me of Terrace, because there's 3 different areas, just like Terrace had. I guess Terrace had a little bit more than that. But fun fact, Terrace is the largest planet on this game. Like the largest explorable area in one planet. Most certainly, the award to that goes to Terrace. So it's kind of weird. You play through Terrace and you think that every single planet is going to be that long. But no, that's not the case. But thank goodness it wasn't. Otherwise, this would have been a freaking long game. Oh, a scuffle is about to happen.
Precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Core worlds, fringe worlds. Don't you wish there could just be one big group of worlds? That would make everything so much better. So this is the slacker who will talk to you about. There's that guy that approached us on Kashyyyk and said, "Hey, talk to this guy in Manaan." This guy will only talk to you if you have nobody in your party at the moment, because he doesn't trust you.
Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki inko. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na win. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack to. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama chiwa aita kan kicha na chupor. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na win. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki inko tune. Tong pado. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupor. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki inko tune. Tong pado kun. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki. Diska dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Tong hit wama aki inko tune. Potong hi wama ji aki.
Went through all that for setting reasons mostly. And like I said before, I'm not going to be doing that quest because it gives massive amounts of dark side points, and if I do get any dark side points, I will lose my beam of light. Yeah, that guy was pointless. Okay, fantastic. Let's move on in a counterclockwise fashion through the city of Alto. So this place is a very diplomatic place. You do things here, and you have to you have consequences for your actions.
This street is for Sith only. You got to pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street. Hiding behind the Selkath laws, typical Republic cowards.
Why would anyone ever pay them money? I mean, you can hurl insults at me all day, Sith woman. I will murder you eventually. Trust me on that. So, the first thing I need to go to is the, oh, this is the mercenary compound. Yes, side quest to be had here, eventually. But I certainly need to attend the Republic Embassy. There's a Sith Embassy and a Republic Embassy. And clearly the good guys are the Republic, so we'll attend that place and inquire for more orders there. Is this a store? I think this might be somebody's crappy store.
Plating for my swoop bike?
I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed. Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
Ithorians are so lame. The animation for when Ithorians talk is a simple head bob. It just goes up and down and up and down and up and down. There's nothing interesting about them. They don't make any facial animations. They don't get angry at you like Bastila does. All right, so this is the Sith embassy. Not a good place to be right now. We need to head back the other direction. I should have known because there were so many Sith around and they tried to embezzle money from me. That's not the right word, but you get the picture. This sort of city of in Manaan is kind of difficult to navigate. Everything looks similar. You know, the hallways are all the same and whatever, but so it's difficult to know exactly where you are unless you're very well versed in the city, which I can't say I am. Yeah, that well versed in this place. As much as I like it, more than any other place. Excuse me, had a little gunkaroo in my throat. Oh, here we go. This looks like a Republic embassy. Yes, gotta talk to this
Welcome
guy.
to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid. Kolto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, Kolto becomes even more valuable. As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest Kolto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privileges. If there was some way we could gain an edge over the Sith in our Kolto supply, but the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant either side an advantage. Oh, of course, I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council. An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Faraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back. It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do. There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for pass cards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. Good. It is a very intelligent and skilled individual who can crack the matrices of a Sith encryption system. But there is one last method you should know about in case all other options fail. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first? You'll need luck for that one. Odds are they have some pretty strong guards in there, but it's also the way most likely to succeed. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
Alright, so we gotta find a way to get into the Sith base. Won't do that quite yet. Episode's getting pretty damn long, so we'll probably end it soon. We'll preview our choices. This is the guy that Gina Heredin wants us to murder. And I won't do that because that will give me shimloads of dark side points. In the cell next to him is a guy we can get Sith codes from if we do it right. You need persuade, and there's like a truth serum thing involved. And the last guys are trying to crack a passcode in this room over here. We'll talk to him, but I think we're gonna be close to ending the episode. So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh?
Huh. Good luck. You're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The strings of numbers that end the code sequences. If we could complete those strings, we would have the key to their encryption system. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Alright, those guys can't follow a sequence of numbers. They need my help, but not today. That will end the episode. Thank you for watching.